Susan sat on her porch. At 50, she often found herself lost in daydreams of what could have been. Memories of her 20s flickered in her mind, adventurous trips not taken, dreams not pursued, and a lingering desire to dance. In her 20s, Susan had been full of life and ambition. She wanted to travel the world, learn to salsa dance in Spain, and perhaps even take up photography to capture the wonders around her. But life had presented its own plans. A steady job, marriage, and kids took priority, and her dreams slowly faded into the background like an old photograph. That evening, as she sipped her tea, she noticed an old box perched in the corner of her garage. Curiosity piqued. She retrieved it, dusting off the surface to reveal her long-forgotten travel journal. Flipping it open, she saw pages filled with sketches, ticket stubs, and notes on places she had yearned to visit. With every turn of the page, regret bubbled up. I should have gone to Paris, danced under the stars. But just as despair threatened to take hold, a thought struck her. It's not too late. With a surge of determination, Susan set down her cup and made a decision. She would reignite her passions. The next morning, she found a local dance studio offering salsa lessons. Her heart raced with excitement as she signed up. After all, who would think a woman in her 50s couldn't dance? The first class was nerve-wracking. Susan felt out of her element, struggling to keep up with the rhythm. But the joy of movement soon swept her away, and she laughed as she stumbled, finding support in her fellow dancers. Each week, the classes became a highlight of her life. As her confidence blossomed, she implemented another plan. She booked a solo trip to Barcelona. The idea of exploring a new city alone thrilled her. Packing her bags, she remembered all the things she had left on the shelf of her youthful dreams. In Spain, the vibrant culture embraced her. She wandered the narrow streets, soaked in the architecture, and danced under the twinkling stars at an open-air cafe. With every moment, Susan felt more alive than she had in years. One evening, she took a dance class on the beach. The sun sank over the horizon as waves crashed gently nearby. In that moment, with the music pulsing in her veins, she realized she had found a part of herself that had been tucked away for far too long. Returning home, Susan carried with her not just stories of adventure, but also a heart full of courage. She continued to dance, joining local performances, and even encouraging others to join her journey of rediscovering passion. As she sat on her porch sipping tea that night, Susan smiled. She may have waited too long to start, but she was finally living the life she had always dreamed of. She understood now that it wasn't about the years lost, but about embracing the present, rekindling her spirit, and reminding herself that it's never too late to chase after what sets your heart on fire. Here's to new beginnings, she whispered to the stars above, feeling a sense of peace wash over her.